Today I'm going to show you how to make a pool noodle wreath. This one will be a baby's birth announcement. I've made one to show you. This one here is a baby girl's. Today we are going to be making a baby boy's. The materials that you will need are a pool noodle, tape, scissors, glue gun, and glue sticks, the letter B, letters that spell boy, a little wooden plaque that we're going to, or you can write on the name, date, and the time, yarn, ribbon, and I also added one here, little wooden hearts on the little girls. I don't know if you can see them, little wooden hearts, and I painted them. I also purchased little little wood stars that I have painted, and they are out of a blue and a lime green. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so you're going to take your pool noodle. You're going to bend it. I do this to all of my wreaths. I take and get my husband's help because it's kind of hard to get them to just go perfectly together. Keep it there and then try to tape it. If you try to do it yourself, it doesn't meet very well and it goes up or it goes down, or your tape looks all yucky. So in this case, 4 hands or better than 2 hands. So again, I get my husband's help, or you can get someone else to help you make sure that they're very tight and secure before you go to tape. Alright, so when you get through doing that, then it will look like this. Here's the tape where I've taped it, so now you have your form to start making your baby's wreath. Alright, with all my wreaths, as I said, I always start them the same. I take the yarn, and actually you're going to need 2 of these. I only showed you 1, but it's going to take a little over 1. You're not going to use the whole 2, but it will be a little over. You're going to take, and you're going to lay, I call this my tail, a little piece across. Can you see that? Across like that. Then you're going to take and you're going to start wrapping. You're going to go over that, and then you're going to go back through your noodle and then wrap it again and keep that tail, as I call it, laying outward so that you're going to go over it. That way when you go to start, you don't have to take and tie a big knot and have it. When you wrap, you want to not wrap too tight, but not too loose either. So make sure that when you wrap close enough that it's going to cover the in between. You can always kind of squish it together and continue to keep wrapping that over your little tail. And then you're going to continue to wrap your whole entire noodle. So then when you get through with that, it's then going to look like this. Here's the finished one. And I forgot to mention, when you're wrapping, the thicker the yarn is, the faster you're going to wrap. When your yarn is really thin, it's going to take a lot of time to wrap. I do have the yarn that I showed you here is what we're using on the letter, and I'll show you what I mean. It's like, you see how thin this is and how thick this is? So when you go to wrap, you can see the difference. See, here's the thin and here's the thicker. So when you go to wrap, it's going to take you a lot longer. It's several hours to wrap this if you continue to wrap. I usually sit down and watch a show on television and wrap mine while I'm sitting there. It's so much easier to wrap than trying to you know, keep it in your lap. Okay, so here, now we're going to go ahead and start doing the embellishments because that's what we have left to do here. So let's go ahead and set this aside. We have our letter B. Make sure that it's not a real thick piece of wood. This is paper, cardboard. So you want to get something lightweight because you are using a pull noodle and you don't want something super heavy. You're going to use the green yarn that I showed you. I take usually and cut off some after I balled up a little ball like this because you can't take this and go through here and you can't get around it, so you have to go in between it. So I usually cut off a ball. I usually take a glue stick, which I forgot to show you. I usually take a glue stick and I rub some glue on here and then I'll start wrapping. So I'll go in and out, and then just keep wrapping and wrapping. Oops, and I just dropped that. So then it's going to wrap all the way around. You're going to keep wrapping, get it as closely as you can until you have done your entire bee. After you do that, it will look like this. And here is your bee. And this one is completely done. Okay, so now we are going to take and we are going to glue. Make sure we get our top. This is the front. We are going to glue the letter B onto your wreath. So let's make sure. Let's see where you want to put it. Kind of get an idea of where you want it. Here's my front. Alright, so I think about like right here. It's about the center. So I'm going to go ahead. Remember, I'm not going to use a real lot of glue here because I'm going to come back and I am going to add my thread that I told you with the needle. That's why I have the needle, because with it being a pull noodle. So now I'm going to just hold this for here for a second so that the glue will hold. So now we have this. Okay. All right, so now we are going to add the letters to spell boy. Kind of get those out of the package. I should have had them out. Okay, so let's go ahead and put some glue. Glue on there. We're going to stick that right on here. B. Okay. Take the little O. And put some here. And then we're going to use the Y. And put some glue on that Y. They are sticky, but to make sure that they stick on there, I want to make sure they're going to stay. So again, I put some glue on there. So, all right. So now we have little spider webs. Now we have our B, and we have the letter B, letter O, letter Y, boy. B for baby, boy. This is going to make an awesome gift for that new mom when she comes home from the hospital and she walks up with that new baby and she sees this on her front door. Or you can take it and you can also have it ready for when mom delivers that baby, and then you can write in that information and you can hang it on that hospital door with the command hook. She is going to love it, I know. So now we're going to take and put our little plaque that we're going to be writing in the baby's name. Take and figure out where you would like it. I think I'm going to do it about right there. Let's see. So I got our little B. Okay, let's just straighten that out. Alright, so there's our B. And then we need to take and put the other. Need a little bit more glue on this part right here. Alright, so let's go ahead and put that right there. Put some glue on the back here. Alright, so now we're going to stick it right there. Hold it for a few minutes until it gets stuck. This is really turning out pretty. And the colors, I don't know if you can tell, but the colors are really bright on here. Alright, so now we got that stuck, and if you need to go back and add a little bit of glue here and there, like I think I need a little bit underneath this ear, and just kind of hold it together. And you can kind of come back later and clean up all the spider webs. So, I went ahead and I made my bow to save us some time. Like I said, I had some ribbon. This ribbon has like little fees in it, little passies, little bibs, little footprints. I've already gone ahead and made that, so I'm going to go ahead and figure out where I want that bow to lay. And I think that will be very pretty there. So let's go ahead and make sure, because here's my hook. So I want to make sure that I judge it accordingly. Alright, I like that. So let's go ahead and put this bow on. Go ahead and put it on his part. Okay. And then we will go ahead and add that to the front. Don't want to squish it too much. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so what do you think? Looking good, isn't it? And we've only got a couple of more things that we're going to be doing. So let's go ahead and add these little stars. I think I'm going to put one here and one there. I may go back and buy, okay, so now we're just going to add the little stars. And you can randomly put them wherever you like. I actually used them on another project that I was doing, so I need to really buy a few more. I may end up buying a couple more to add to this. And then you can just clean up all your spider webs. So now you have your wreath for a baby boy. And again, wouldn't this look awesome on that new mom's door at the hospital, saying her baby's name, weight, and date that it was born? And then after, she could even take this part off and add this to their scrapbook, and then that way she will always have a piece of it. And just think, it'll last a lot longer than flowers. So again, I mentioned earlier to you that the needle, where the needle came in, I usually take the yarn that I use to put on letter, I usually take and I will sew this on so that I know it's a little bit more secure and that it won't come off if the glue was to come off. So I will take this and I will sew through here with this yarn, and it'll kind of go like here, and then I'll just blend it in with my letter here, and then get it so that it blends in so that this is secure so that it won't come off. I hope that you like this tutorial and that you will go and maybe make a gift like this for someone. And until next time, thank you.